It's the unknown in the first game that you get concerned about. Really, you don't really have any film on current opponents, and it's a game of where you're fortunate to go in with a team that has some experience, so that you can make adjustments. Because that first game, in my experience, is always a game of adjustments, where you have to be able to make some adjustments based on what people are doing, and it's a lot easier when you're not counting on any freshmen. And right now, I don't think there's a freshman in the two deep. All right, so I'm pleased from that standpoint. We do have a lot of good young freshmen, and they may see some time before the year's out, but they're currently not involved in that first game. With that, I'll open up to any questions.
Is there any effect of starting the season on the road? Are there positives or negatives associated with that?
Well, if you have an experienced team, you always like to play the first game at your home stadium in front of your home fans and stuff. And I don't know why we're going up to Akron, to be honest with you. I think should be a home game, but it wasn't. But other than that, then when you have a young club and they're traveling, I think everything is new, and that's some issues there. But when you have some experience and the kids have been on the road before, it's just really when you go from the south to north, obviously you're looking at weather, a little weather difference, but in a positive way, really. But other than that, then I think the kids understand what's supposed to happen from a format standpoint, from an itinerary standpoint, and you just continue to move from there.
Is it bigger though that consider what happened last year on the road, the struggle on the road that you started
What
with two
happened
games?
last year on the road?
That's
When we
right.
lost?
Yeah.
Yeah, that hurts. But those games you got to finish. You got to win in the fourth quarter, and we didn't do that. And and I address when I say we, it's just football's a we game, and it's so easy to say me or whatever. But football's a we game, and there's a lot of reasons why that we didn't finish games. But when you take 6 games by, the losses there, 7 points or less, those are games that you have a chance to win, and you got to finish the plays. So I think it's something that's been stressed with the players this year about finishing, and every play is an important play. And the difference in a game, really, when you break it down, is about 6 plays in the game that make a difference in the game. And you don't know when they're going to come. That's the beauty of football, is that it could be the second play of the game, it could be the 49th play. But, again, you have to play every play like it's the last play, because it may be. And, I think there's about 6 plays, and if you could pick out the 6 plays, I think you'd be a heck of a coach, but it doesn't work that way. So, but I think the kids understand the importance of every game, and, it's obviously the first game is one that I don't care how long you've been coaching or playing, you always go in with a pit in your stomach. I think that's just what should happen. If not, I get concerned about games when our players aren't concerned about them, and our players are basically, you always respect everybody and you fear none. But I think right now they're treating each game as a big game. That's the way it should be.
When you look at Akron and try to prepare for them, do you kind of look more maybe in North Alabama and what they're?
Well, that's the only film we have on Terry, is when he was at Northern Alabama and Auburn. And you go back and see what. But I've always, when you go into that first game, you're as good as your base defense and base offense, and have the ability to make adjustments from there. And again, I think the key to any first game is just having enough experience on the field where you can make some adjustments if you need to, and then move from there. And we're basing on what we saw at Auburn, what we saw at Northern Alabama, as far as for our defense is concerned. And obviously, offensively, when they're on defense, Chuck's been around, whether he was at North Carolina State or Florida State. So there's a mix there. So it's a lesson learned on each side, I think, as far as adjustments.
14, 15 years ago, he was at Auburn. You still have film of the archives somewhere to take a look at, or reports? Or
We have a video department led by John Kavadik, who he don't miss a beat. He's on top of everything. And, once you're on film for life. Someone has a copy, all right? And that's how it works.
How familiar are you with Terry Bowden?
Not very. I know Tommy fairly well because Tommy was in the ACC. All right, obviously I know his dad. We played against each other. But I've never really had Terry. I knew him when he was in Orlando. You know, he lived here for a while. But other than that, then I live a little closer to the other Bowdens because of just game relationship with him.
Coach, is there a particular unit of your team that you were most pleased with in the fall camp?
The video department. They didn't miss a play all preseason. I told John Kravanek I'd give him a boost in this. He's down today, a little depressed with the weather. So I thought I'd help him out. But really, when you look at the team, I asked for two things in preseason: effort and enthusiasm every day, and that's what the kids brought every day. Now, did we do everything perfect? No. But I think they worked to get things right, and I was pleased there. I was pleased with, you know, the coaches and the positive approach to things. And obviously, there's some kids you have to get on. They don't understand, you know, they treat kindness as a sign of weakness. All right, so you have to be a little bit louder with those players. But I think for the most part, the kids have been in doing their work as far as tape evaluation, doing the things that you need to do to win games. And I think that's what it takes at this level to do things right. And again, we're fortunate to have 21 seniors that have been through it before, and I think they've given great leadership to the younger players, just not on the football field, but you know, off the field, as far as how we do things in the classroom, how we do things in the lunchroom, just how we do things in the dorm. So it's a lesson for a lot of these young kids how to do things right.
Coach, with that veteran leadership, is that what reminds you of that 2010 team?
Yeah, a little bit like it, yeah. It's very similar to 2010 where they, you know, they weren't afraid to speak up, right or wrong. You know, I worry about the ones that don't say anything because I don't know if they have an opinion or what they're doing, but I do think this senior group will come in and say, Coach, you know, what about this or what about that? Plus, like, we have dorm check, you know, with the coaches once a week just to make sure everything is correct there. But some of the seniors wanted to do it themselves, which I think is a great point as far as taking charge and taking ownership of your team. I think that's how you get the respect from your teammates. And, again, it keeps everybody on the same page.
Looking to see from Blake this first start for him?
Well, you know, he's still young, and people, and I understand that thoroughly, and I don't think we could put too much on his plate. I think the whole book is in, most of the book is in. But, you know, I think we still have to watch that, you know, he doesn't become, you know, so filled of information that he can't process it. And I think that's my concern with him because obviously he has the athletic skills to throw it and to read defenses, but we just have to limit what we're trying to get done with him and nurture him along each and every game and make quick decisions. Right now he's made good decisions in preseason, and that's what I look for the quarterback is to, you know, when you have a chance to make a play, make the play. Don't miss plays you could make, and I think, and obviously the turnovers. I think that's very upsetting if there are some out there, and he knows that. But other than that, then I think he's grown up as far as leadership, fieldmanship on the field. He commands the huddle better than he did last year, and I think he knows more about defenses right now than he did all last year, as far as where the weakness of a defense is, the weakness of the front is, and why you're attacking things, not just calling plays.
With the backup quarterback, Tyler Gowder, who's never seen live action in a real game, are you looking for opportunities to get him a series?
Well, I'm always looking to get the second string, and he'll go in second team, quarterback some work, obviously, because, you know, you're an ankle away from here. He has to maintain a win or try to get a win for you. So if we can get him some playing time on Thursday night, we'll do that. But again, you know, we're going up to win a football game. I'm not overly concerned about how many reps different people get. I think that'll determine as far as how we're playing, as far as the game itself.
You guys braving the rain? Did you guys stay out of it this morning?
Yeah, it was. We were in the indoor, so I mean, it was nice. Had some umbrellas walking over here too, so it was good.
Just talk about that a little bit. I know coaches always like to emphasize that, you know, facilities, having the indoor facility. If you were practicing anywhere else in the state, it'd be canceled this morning. Just talk about how important that facility has been to you guys.
I mean, I guess it's a great opportunity that we have. I mean, it doesn't really matter, rain or shine. We're practicing, and even if it's thunder or lightning, we have the indoor to turn to. And I mean it gives us a leg up on opponents as far as practice time and everything.
Yeah, same thing. Just gives us a leg up. I mean, instead of being inside and watching film, we're out there physically doing what we have to do and practicing plays and stuff.
Talk about the start on Thursday night. I mean, usually college football, first game, usually that big Saturday everybody's looking forward to. For you guys, it's a Thursday night, but just talk about going in there to start your first game on Thursday.
I mean, we're all excited. We have a lot to prove this season, and winning in a first away game is going to be big for us to get our momentum going, and just going out there and doing our job and getting all the right calls and making plays is what we have to do.
Does this feel any different than the other year you've been here at UCF?
It's a lot different. Our team chemistry's it's different in a good way, but team chemistry's up, and it seems like the team's really working together for a common goal, and that's to get to the championship and win all our games. Akron's the first team in the way, and that's what's on our mind right now is beating Akron.
For the senior group, will there be any words that you or any speeches made to like the rest of the team? That are you planning those already out in your mind? What you're going to say to the flock?
Really, the speeches I feel like are kind of spur of the moment as far as offense and defense is concerned. I mean, Kemal could tell you differently maybe, but I mean, really, once the game hits, that however we're feeling is what we're gonna say, and I mean, if it works, it works, but the team always seems like they're pretty ready to play.
Yeah, especially on the defense side. It's just when we're put under pressure and we know we have to react, we're going to come out there and just play to the best of our abilities. I mean, there's nothing we can say. I mean, we're doers and we're here to perform, and that's what we're going to do.
You said you think you have a lot to prove. What do you think you have to prove?
There were a few games last season where, as a team, we didn't seem to finish, and that being our marketing campaign slogan this year, I feel like it suits our team pretty well, and we need to finish this year and finish our games, finish every play.
Billy, how different is the offense? You guys put some stuff in, but it's different during the spring and now here into the fall, different looks and sets. Will a Knight fan notice there's just a lot of changes on offense or not that much?
I mean, I guess in ways there's changes, but in ways there's not. It's we're utilizing our personnel in the best way we can, and putting the best players on the field that can make plays. And I feel like that's probably, I mean, not so much a difference, but that's how we're going about this.
What's the biggest difference of Blake from the end of last season to Thursday night?
It seems like he's made a big step as far as leadership's concerned, and leadership and just knowledge on the field. I mean, he's our leader, and he's really shown that he knows what to do on the field and how to lead our team to score points.
Kemal, do you agree? I mean, you saw him in practice almost every single day. What do you think the biggest difference is?
Just getting the right personnel on the field. Instead of having one explosive guy on the field, they have probably 3 at a time now, rotating them in and hitting us with a combo 1-2 punch. Either it's Latavius at running back, or we have Storm at running back, then Bryn. I mean, just getting as much playmakers on the field as possible.
How much has it meant to you on the defensive side to have Jordan back healthy and AJ back healthy? Seems like it stabilized the secondary to begin a season then.
Yeah, it's real big because, you know, injuries can kill a team. But having those guys healthy is like, it's real good for us. I mean, we have stable corners, we have 2 stable safeties, and we're getting the D-line in and out and just having fresh legs on the field at all the time.
Kemal, how do you prepare for Akron in some ways? You know, it's a brand new coach, new system. You don't necessarily can go back to last year's film and know what they're doing. Are you just kind of watching different things? Are you watching maybe what Terry Bowden did in North Alabama?
I mean, Coach O'Leary and the defensive staff and all the coaches do a great job watching film and getting us prepared and telling us exactly what we have to watch and no tendencies that they that they've done in North Alabama and brought over to Akron. Just watching a lot of film and getting work done on the field. Same old thing that we usually do.
Without giving away the game plan, obviously, are you expecting any particular sort of offense from those guys? Is it more of a passing oriented, or are you just prepared for anything?
We're prepared for everything, but we're practicing a lot of different personnels and just matching up our base stuff with whatever they come out with.
After the struggles on the road last year, how big is making sure that that you play well on the road this season?
Yeah, it's huge because we win a game away and it just starts bringing all the momentum back and everybody gets into it and we just start rolling from there.
I mean, away games are a big part of the season, and bringing that, as far as Kemal said, was the momentum that winning an away game and then coming home. I mean, the hype as far as UCF football team winning, like, and having the support of the community. I mean, it really helps winning the away games, and obviously the away games are just as important as the home games. So.
Billy, your father played here, and I looked at the pocket schedule the other day. You're on the front of the pocket schedule. Have you seen that? What was your reaction when you saw that?
I was a little surprised. I mean, it was pleasantly surprised, I guess. But I mean, it was cool. I mean, I think my mom had 5 of those at the fan day. She's like, sign them like that. So I mean, that was cool, and I mean, the family's real happy about that, I guess. So.
Did you maybe envision that moment when you were growing up and knowing your dad's affiliation with UCF? Did you ever think you'd be a football player here? Or
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, UCF football has always seemed to be a huge part of my life, and growing up at the Searchers Bowl, playing football in Tinkerfield with my brothers, and I mean, that was life growing up. Like in the fall, it was Pop Warner games, then straight to the UCF game. Even when we lived in Miami for a couple years, and I mean, UCF's always been a big part of my life.
What are your first memories? Do you remember some games? Do you remember your first game that you kind of have a vivid memory of?
I mean, there's a lot of games that I remember. It just, I mean, nothing really specific sticks out. I remember Coach O'Leary's the Marshall game. I remember that game. I mean, that was just chills, because we had just come off of what was it, 0-12 or something, and Coach. I mean, it was amazing. I mean, it almost brought like tears to my dad's eyes. It seemed like, but I mean, that was a great memory, like a great feeling to feel like, all right, let's go, like something new. So it was cool.
Question about these guys. You guys have made it, the seniors on the team, about putting the distractions aside and focusing on this football team. As you know, most people for road games don't know that UCF's appealing, is eligible to play championship and bowl game. How do you take that, what could be hostile crowd, whether it is on third of the places, and just put it in its place to motivate you guys to stay focused? Because a lot of people still don't understand what the team and the school has done. Is it easy for you guys to bond, to kind of get closer with the distractions that are out there, what other people think about UCF?
I mean, we try not to really think about it because we know Coach and the school has all the distractions and all that stuff handled. So we really try not to think about it. We just continue playing and just focusing on our game plan for each and every week, because we know if we win all our games, there might be a reward at the end, but we're just going to finish the season strong and just play.
I mean, just going off of what Kemal said, like, I completely agree with that. But I mean, the team sticks together no matter what, and just going game by game. Like Akron's in the way now, and we're gonna fight. We're gonna have a battle against Akron, and I mean, that just really not so much toward like our end goal, but our goal this week is Akron.
Does all this stuff kind of help bring you guys closer together, though? All this, just trying to fight off all the distractions and all that, is that?
I can, yeah, I'll agree with that. Yeah, I guess you could call it a distraction, but the team is close together. I mean, it's really, I really can't like think of it right now. It's different inside the locker room. Like I said, the chemistry is just unbelievable for the team, and that's helped with this whole process of as far as distractions, and it's really proven to be a benefit on our end with how close we are.